Boinks here with preview of Descent of Dragons 3. I know I'm a little late on this. I'm not going to have any Wind Waker out probably this week, but I'm going to have a lot of card previews and card reviews coming out. So I got to start working on that. And you'll see those coming out in probably the next few days. One today. Well, you'll see this. So today, yeah, obviously. Probably one Friday, one Saturday, and then a few next week for the review part of it instead of previews. But let's jump into these cards. So, one cost Hunter side quest, clear the way. Summon 3 rush minions. Reward, summon a 4/4 Griffin with rush. This card is actually not too bad. Not too difficult to achieve the side quest, because I think hunters run a decent amount of rush minions right now. So it doesn't seem too difficult, and there's a few cards that I have seen that kind of help with this that came out in Descent of Dragons. So I don't think it's going to be that bad. I think it's going to be actually pretty decent. I don't know if it's going to go into any current decks right now. Might be okay for a mid-range hunter. Possibly. That's kind of where I could maybe see it fitting. But not sure. Then we have the Warrior Glockrond, which is drawing minions and giving them buffs. And then his hero power is give your hero +3 attack this turn. So, very value-based? I don't know if he's going to be better than Dr. Boom, but Dr. Boom will rotate out pretty soon while this is still here. So that's kind of his going to be opportunity there once Dr. Boom rotates out. Because I think value control type warrior is going to run Dr. Boom. So I don't think he's really for a control type warrior. I'm not sure where I would place him because it's very giving a lot of buffs heavy, I'm seeing. So just kind of a lot of value maybe, not really control warrior. Or like a value warrior, I guess. Maybe aggressive? I don't know. He does cost 7. But he does give good buffs, has a good weapon, good hero power. I'm just not sure what kind of deck it would really go into. But overall, it is a pretty solid card. I think any of the Glockrond cards are honestly pretty solid. Secure the deck. This is a Druid side quest. Attack twice with your hero. Add 3 Claw spells to your deck. And if you don't remember what Claw is a 1-cost spell that gives 2 armor and 2 attack that turn. So, the pretty okay cards. And plus you're getting all that value out of it from just this one card. So instead of just throwing 2 claws into your deck, why not throw a side quest in here that gives you more claws than you could even put in your deck originally? Overall, this isn't bad. This is pretty decent. Pretty easy to achieve as well, and I think the reward is very much worth how easy it is to do. Because really, you could just hero power twice in 2 different turns, and you are done with it already. Amber Watcher. Sorry. Amber Watcher. 5 cost, 4/6 dragon, battlecry, restore 8 health. Very good health restoring for only 5. This is much better than Lay on Hands. Because Lay on Hands is an 8-cost spell that heals for 8 and also draws 3 cards. Which the drawing 3 cards is nice on top of it, but I'd rather have a body maybe. And also this is a lot cheaper to restore that same amount of health. So I think this is actually a pretty good card. You get decent stats. It's a dragon, which is very important in this, I have noticed. And the battle cry of healing 8 health is really good too, for only 5. Arcane Breath. Deal 2 damage to a minion. If you're holding a dragon, discover a spell. So it's like Arcane Shot from Hunter, except If you're holding a dragon, you get a spell. It's just a lot better. Period. Bander Smash, I think is how you say that. A 5-cost 5/5 Shaman Legendary. Each turn this is in your hand, transform it into a 5/5 copy of a random legendary minion. This is interesting. You can have good effects on now a 5-cost 5/5. Is that worth it? No, because I think it's too random. Because with decks, you want to be consistent with what you have. And instead of getting random 5/5 copies of legendaries, I'd rather have a card that doesn't change. So you know what you're expecting. Yes, it's fun and everything that Blizzard likes to do. They like to do fun cards, which I get where they're coming from with this. It's a fun card, but will it see competitive play? Probably not. Breath of the Infinite, a 3-cost priest spell. Deal 2 damage to all minions. If you're holding a dragon, only damage enemies. So basically a cheaper Holy Nova that doesn't heal if you have a dragon. Otherwise, it is basically just Volcanic Potion. So honestly, pretty well priced for what it does. Just a okay board clear. Okay, so it's a cheaper Consecration, basically, too. Only if you have a dragon. So, it's just good. I think it's pretty good. Shenvala. 3-cost, 2/5, Priest Elemental. Mage Elemental. After you cast 3 spells in a turn, summon a 5/5 Elemental. So it's very similar to the Priest weapon, Dragon's Soul. So Dragon's Soul was this same exact effect, except it was a 0/3 weapon that summoned a 5/5 dragon instead of a 5/5 elemental. So stats are actually pretty decent. The effect is always hard to get off because casting 3 spells in a turn is actually very difficult. Especially with Mage, since most of your spells are probably really big. I apologize again. It's early and, well, I mean, it's not early for most people, but I just woke up, so I apologize. But getting into this again. So, no, I think it's very much a possibility of this scene play, actually. Chrono Breaker. 5-cost, 4/5 Dragon Priest. Priest Dragon. Either way you want to say it. Death Rattle. If you're holding a dragon, deal 3 damage to all enemy minions. Really good. Stat line's already good. Death Rattle's super strong. Just a really good card. Camugulo Maximus. 5-cost, 5/5 Shaman card. Elemental. Battlecry. If you overloaded mana crystals. If you have overloaded mana crystals. So at that current moment, if you have overloaded mana crystals. Deal 5 damage. Also pretty good. Because Shamans like to do elementals. And they overload a good amount. So I think it's a very strong card already. Stat line's already okay. It's a little understated, but it makes sense for the Battlecry. So, very good card. Diving Griffin. This is the card I was talking about. 3-cost, 4/1 Beast for Hunter. Rush. Battlecry, draw a Rush minion from your deck. So, just Rush, Rush, Rush. And then you get that side quest done. Overall, pretty good. It's a little strong. It's stronger. Well, there was a 3/1 charge, but they don't like charge anymore. So it's got more attack. One more attack with Rush. And then it also draws a Rush minion from your deck. So normally the two Rush, heroes that I seem to see, the two classes, seem to be Hunter and Warrior. Because the warrior has that 0-3 that gives the rushes immune, and then Anka, the rhino, that kind of stuff. And the hunter seems to be getting a lot of rush stuff here now. We'll see how that works out for him. Diving Griffin, honestly, is just a pretty good card. Dragoncaster. 6 cost, 4/4 mage minion. Battlecry, if you're holding your dragon, your next spell, this turn, costs 0. Really good. Even though it's a very understated, you're getting a big spell. So you could play, let's say your opponent has a bunch of stuff with 4 health. You play Dragoncaster, you Flame Strike for free, and you still have 4 mana to use on some other, maybe building the board stuff too. Overall, good card. 3 cost, 3/3 Paladin Legendary. Dragon Rider Talratha. I think that's how you say that. Death Rattle, give a dragon in your hand plus 3/3, and this Death Rattle. So basically, you're just buffing a minion. You play that minion dies, it buffs another dragon, and then you just keep going until you're out of stuff. Just good, I guess, is what I got for this. 3 cost, 3/3 is always a little understated, but the Death Rattle makes a whole lot of sense for what it is, for that stat line. A lot of value for a Dragon Paladin. Dragon Paladin might come back. You never know. Dragon's Horde. 1 cost rogue spell. Discover a legendary minion from another class. This could be pretty random, but also I think it helps out with the Burgle as well, even more. You play this on turn 1. Clever Disguise turn 2. Play another one of these on turn 3. You're already done with your quest. So that's already pretty dang good. I mean, yeah, it's a random legendary, but you get to pick out of 3, which is pretty good. Envoy of Lazul. 2 cost, 2/2 priest minion. Battlecry, look at 3 cards. Guess which one is in your opponent's hand to get a copy of it. And I think what I heard actually a little bit about this card is I think it takes 1 from your opponent's hand and 2 from their deck. So I guess how it works, which makes it a lot more difficult to try to figure out which one's in your opponent's hand at that current moment. And even if you get it wrong, it tells you which one was correct, and then you know that's in your opponent's hand right now. So maybe kind of helps you work around that then a little bit too. So pretty strong card. Flink Skyshiv, 6 cost, 4/4 rogue legendary. Battlecry, destroy a minion, and all copies of it. So your opponent has 2, I don't know, green jellies, we'll go with, because for some reason that's the first thing I thought of. You kill the green jelly on board, and then you kill the second green jelly somewhere in their hand or deck. That thing's dead too. That's just gone, which is really interesting, and I love it. So I think I didn't even say much about it. I think it's a pretty solid card. 6 cost, 4/4, understand it, but destroys a whole lot of stuff. 3 cost, 3/3, Mind Flayer oh boy. Kahurge. Sure, that's what we're going with. That sounds dandy-do. Battlecry, you choose an enemy minion. Death Rattle, summon a new copy of it. Still not 100% sure what this does. So you choose a minion that's probably been buffed a lot from your opponent. Your 3/3 dies, and then it summons the basic one instead for you? Or for that? I'm not honestly sure. I gotta check more on this card. I don't really know how it works. Sucks. Stat line's okay. Little under, of course, again. Choosing an enemy minion, Death Rattle, summon a new copy of it. So you summon a new copy, probably for you, I'm guessing. Because it doesn't say for your opponent, so you get the copy of the enemy minion when your guy dies. Okay. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I got it now. I got it. Got it, guys. I know what I'm talking about. Necrium Apothecary. 4 cost 2/5 rogue minion. Combo. Draw a death rattle minion from your deck and gain its death rattle. Not too difficult to get the combo off because it is a 4 cost minion. So you just gotta play something that's 6 or cheaper, and you can get that combo out once you're at 10, I'm saying, obviously. You draw a death rattle from your deck, and this guy gains its death rattle. So that could be really good. If you have only a few specific death rattles, that makes him really good. Like, you only got, like, mechanical whelps in your deck. You combo this dude, he dies, summons a 7/7. That's really good value. So I think he's very strong. Probably, I'm not seeing any type of, like, other death rattle stuff to really go with him. Besides, like, some of the older stuff, which apparently hasn't seen too much play and isn't in the current meta. So I don't know if this is going to be able to push it far enough in to become a meta type deck, but it's still a very strong card. It might be a one-off, like there's only one in a deck sometimes. I don't know, maybe. Sanctuary, a 2-cost side quest. Take no damage for a turn. Reward, summon a 3/6 minion with taunt. So the 3/6 minion I think is probably statted around probably about 4.5, maybe like 4 or 5, somewhere around there. So you just don't take damage for a turn, and you get a 3/6 minion with taunt for 2. Pretty decent. Taking no damage is kind of difficult depending on what kind of deck you're playing against. Like, if you're playing against an aggro deck, good luck. Timeout makes this super easy because then you're immune that turn and you instantly get the 3/6 minion, but then you're also paying technically 5 total for that. So you kind of have to be a little bit ahead or just have maybe a bunch of taunts on board. Stow Away. 5 cost, 4/4 rogue minion. Battlecry, if there are cards in your deck that didn't start there, draw 2 of them. So that would be using Gang Up or Lab Recruiter or some type of or Academic Espionage, something that throws stuff into your deck. You draw 2 of those. 4/4 that draws 2 that are kind of specific a little bit. Not too specific because you don't actually know what those cards are unless you use lab. I'm talking like Academic Espionage. You don't know what those cards were. You just know they're from your opponent's class. That's all you got. Pretty good though. Obviously a little understated, but the drawing 2 makes it totally worth it. Oops, sorry. Accidentally hit the mic. Oh, bomb! No, pretty good though. A Stormhammer. See, I don't get why this is a hunter weapon. Makes no sense. Why does he have a hammer? This should be shaman, but I digress. 3 cost, 3 attack, 2 durability weapon. Doesn't lose durability while you control a dragon. So honestly, blows freaking Fiery War Axe out of the water on that front. Because Fiery War Axe used to cost 2, which we don't talk about that. Now it costs 3. So this blows Fiery War Axe out of the water, 100%. Just pretty dang good weapon. Alright? You just need a dragon, and you can attack as much as you want with this thing. It's great. Such a strong card. Speaking of hunter dragons, Varanus. 6 cost, 7/6 hunter dragon. Battlecry changes the health of all enemy minions to 1. So basically, Hunter's Mark on all the enemy minions. Really good. Stat line's even pretty strong, actually, with that battle cry. So if you've got some type of card that will combo with that, you could do this dude, and then somehow actually probably play like Explosive Trap then, maybe? Would be great. They probably won't go face. Power Shot might be okay. Power Shot would be pretty decent. Clear out 3 of them for sure. But no, very strong card. Very strong. That's what I have for this one. I'm not going to do the rest of them in the next preview. I'm probably going to split them up, because if I do them all in the next preview, that's going to be really long. So I'm going to split it up. I'll see you next time.